I have a real quick funny story. This short film that I'm working on currently got investigated by the police, not for any reason that you might jump the gun for. There was a mistake, and a school Gmail was involved when accessing the drive for the footage, and they saw this poster, really tough, I know, and they saw this version of it, and they uh they really they really fucking blew up. They sent a lot of law enforcement and was just looking for the two, and they were, I think, just more so embarrassed because it was very like public, like you're being treated like a threat in public. It's very humiliating. Um, Very fucked up. All right, I immensely am very guilty about it. Uh, that's just one thing I want to just start off with. That is what happened as of this day, as in this within this 24 hours as I'm recording this. By then, 48 hours or whatever the fuck would have passed then. But one was really bittersweet about it. One's like, okay, I'm gonna finish the project, but after that, like, still, pissed. Like, you know, it was a bit an extreme situation you put me in over something that really like a fuck up, which I have another good friend that's telling me like, it's not completely, your fault. You're not all there. I mean, it's just you're chilling for the most part, And then the other guy was all like, I like he's fucking furious. He does not, and rightfully so, rightfully so. All right, rightfully so. I don't no judgment, no judgment. Um, you know, but my close buddy is shifting the blame off of me. Other than that drama, back to the film itself. So, wanted to be a filmmaker ever since uh, I was born, and these past few years, I have not released much due to personal issues and setbacks. I would work on a short film for about like 2 to 5 months, and it would go nowhere. And I have a bunch of scripts and notes filled out, around 700 pages worth throughout the years of stuff that just never went anywhere. What I would do is just I would have like four ideas. Those ideas would compete, and then that one idea 99% of the time wouldn't be made. This is the 1% time this I'm working on right now. It's guaranteed to be finished, done. It's just like the most that's gonna happen is probably a delay of a few weeks at most. At most, that's what's gonna happen. Uh, but yeah, I never stopped, and it is turning out very, very well, and people are very excited about it. Um, yeah, people will not understand the hundreds of nights I put into getting good and good and good and fucking up and getting set back and like nothing working out. Um, yeah, it's just people are only going to see my results, never like the actual work, like the hours I would stay up to like 12 to sometimes I think 4, just working on projects. I mean, sometimes I would work for like hours, like around like 5 hours. Sometimes I would get like 2 pages done, sometimes 12. That would be like daily, every day I'd be writing and working on it. Uh, a lot of things that drove me were like insecurities and self-esteem. But however, I am very proud of these. Like I have like a whole shelf of just unused scripts and all that. I treat those like my trophies, my failures despite, and I just would not stop. Right when a film would cancel, I would give myself a few hours to grieve that project and then work on the next one. At most, I would grieve for like a day or two, but on average, it would be like around like 3 to 8 hours, and then I'll be like, okay, work on the next, and then the next, and then the next. Sometimes it'd be fully complete, and then it would go nowhere. So I was like right there, but yeah, well, they were all complete. They're all finished. I never, I don't have an unfinished script anywhere. I just don't understand quitting. However, could I put something down that's so amazing to me? Uh, I'm not here to just talk much. I like the passion. I'm mainly going to talk about like what I'm working on as of right now, but the short film is coming a long way. It's just hilarious that today police investigated it because of the poster, but I mean, God, the fucking cops are morons. I mean, let's be serious. Like, this doesn't look real at all. Like, this looks like a literal movie poster. Like, there's no way. Like, oh, the must have missed the rapture. Like, no, that's insane. It's absurd. Philemon's guilt. All right, there was a error. To who's to blame? That's I'm not giving that information, and don't make a judgment based on incomplete information. There's that. That makes me sound very fucking guilty now. Just hang on. All right, just we're moving on. As of right now, we are shooting. We're wrapping up opening scene and then shooting the first scene. So how I do this is I have an introduction scene slash opening scene, which is roughly around 2 to 4 pages, 2 to 4 minutes around introduction to the film, and then do the rest. But it's gonna be like around a 10-minute short film, around maybe more, hopefully more. It would be pretty cool if it was like around 12 minutes, 14 minutes maybe. I would hope so, but it's most likely gonna be around 10 minutes. And yeah, by the end of the month we should, or beginning of May, it would be fully out. But yeah, team is very, very looking forward into this. I am too, in love with the project. You can't truly be into a project if you're not in love with it, or be as efficient. Back to like the history of failure, which is mainly what I want to talk about, is just never giving up. All right, just never stopping, because at the end of the day, like you're always gaining XP on anything you do. I mean, like play Hotline Miami on just look, you literally play differently through playthroughs, like each time. Like you will be more effective, you would be more like you know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel I have the right mindset. A weird, it's very toxic, like toxic fueled. Like I'm fueled by just like self-esteem and insecurities, but also like love and joy, compassion to, do the art that I do, but also a lot of like, you know, misery and shit like that. That sounds corny as hell. That sounds corny as hell, but a lot goes into the stuff I write, and it's like every part of me. And I don't think I could have gotten that without being like ostracized growing up. Um, uh, Everyone valued like social stuff, so mainly just like friends and relationships. And like for a minute, I felt like terrible, like self-esteem plummet, spike down because I was the only person that just like wasn't able to completely fit in, at least with people of my age. Right now, I work a job, and I guess I just turns out I fuck with more people, not my age, just like older people. Don't say I have an old soul. That's lame, but no, I just think I fuck with these people more because I think younger people, there's more of like like a weird like immature hierarchy of like up down. It's like whatever. But yeah, I genuinely, that self-esteem, I don't think it's ever gonna go away. Even though I grew out of it for like 90% of it, I think like that deep down, like, fuck, I need to get off of my ass so I could be ahead of all these people. Because it's like, if I could get ahead of these people, then maybe I could end up with better outcomes and results, and then I'll be noticed. And then with self-esteem, I would attach value to accomplishments or achievements. So I wouldn't do this to others. It was more so I just did it to myself because it was kind of like conditioned and like rubbed off by what everyone said. It was just mainly just like, oh, you don't have the highest X, Y, and Z, then you're a chump. And I'm like, shit. I don't want to be behind. So I just worked really fucking fast, and like, all the people that kind of like pushed me aside, or not pushed me aside, but more so was like, oh, you're kind of a fucking chump, are now like, oh wow, you actually like were very dedicated and you got so much shit done, and like you didn't give up throughout the months and months and years of stuff that you did. You didn't drop you didn't drop it at all. You still kept going. And this project looks fucking unhinged. It looks like insane. I want to say I do struggle, uh, still with insecurity and self-esteem, but for 90% of it, I do listen to myself. And when I did, you know, I left school and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna just like genuinely just like do what I want without being a bum. All right, obviously it was just like, like if I really want to do this, if I truly want something, you could just, I don't think it's a matter of like what you know or who you know. I think it's just really a matter of like a lot of things, like a lot of like good factors, like with a little bit of luck too. But a lot of it was just like mentality wise, worth ethic, and networking. That too, like just really putting yourself out there. Became a very I went from an introvert to an extrovert. I'm able to like walk up to anybody and talk to them if I want something, like a contact or whatever. I'm just able to, I want to say 60% of the time, if the conversation goes well, which happens about roughly like around, like most of the time, like 70% of the time, or it just goes neutrally, like 30% of the time. Never, almost never negative. One thing I started mainly listening to myself and to my gut thing, and just not media, no matter what they fucking say, is the perception on like relationships. The amount of people that will shit on the other person's mouth, but then literally be heroin withdrawed when they can't get with that person, a person. It's just like, dude, I don't know. I'm just very happy that I found this shit so sooner than a lot of people. 'Cause people still chase a very unrealistic relationship, like a soulmate at like 18 or like 16. It's like, oh my God. And it's just, God damn. I mean, I want to say take it seriously, but don't take it seriously at the same time. It's just like, in a sense of, don't play. I think what I'm trying to get here is like, don't place all your value into it, because that's what I see a lot into it. They see like, oh, that's like where meaning and purpose is through like another person. Like if I get that up another person to fill that void, then it'll be good. And then when that person doesn't fill that void, they think they're the problem, so they just break up with them. It's just God, people are too fucking stupid. All right, and I just can't. People are so quick to rub off rusty ass nails on the nearest person just for whatever reason. I mean, it really takes some like ass scratching, just little harder thinking, really. And it's just people are really fucking incapable of that. I think that's the main reason why I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck these people. Like, why the hell am I gonna look for what these people are looking for? That's generally like they're never getting it, and then when they do get it, they suffer, and then when they don't get it, they suffer, and then when they're not having it for a long time, they suffer. So it's just kind of like, okay, fuck that cycle. I'm just really just gonna love myself for the most part, and then do what I want to do, which is just writing, creating films. Like that's all really I care about. I really couldn't care less about anything else but just that. Just being creative. And helping people. I really like doing that too. It's very, 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 very fulfilling. Anyone who is miserable, be selfless. And I don't mean like let people walk all over you. I mean genuinely a random act of kindness. Nothing explosive, just a compliment on someone. The amount of like, oh man, a compliment is so impactful, especially now in this stage, dude. Like, if you're a dude, compliment another dude, please. Do you know how fucking like dudes do not ever get compliments, bro. Be that dude that hypes another man up. Like genuinely be that spirit of that room. All right, and uplift your brothers. If you're a dude, you know what this feels like. All right, you're fucking miserable. All right, I don't know what the hell's going on. Nothing catastrophic like a fucking breakup, but like you're miserable. All right, you're walking around, your head's down, and then a bro comes up and he gives you a fist bump, smiling, and now it's just like you're in the zone, you're in that moment, and you're generally just like your frown turns upside down. You're like, oh shit, that's my bro. He's giving me a fist bump. I feel immensely better. Like that's all dudes really need. Is just that little fist bump, and then their mood completely fucking switches. I see it all the goddamn time. And it is, every dude. You fucking know this. This is the most relatable shit you'll ever hear, dude. Like genuinely, like when you get that one compliment, because people, it really depends on who you are. If you're a zest fest, you're gonna get showered with compliments by God fucking knows. Not a diss towards Zest. I'm just saying like we're different boat, different boat. Let me clarify. That sounds like I'm fucking excluding them. Okay, we're all in the same boat, but we're not in the same. Like you know what I mean? All right, like somebody who doesn't get compliments and fuck me. People who don't receive much compliments will find this more resonatable with people who receive way more. do not know why I said Zestfest. Okay, it's a bit of a jump on the gun. Alright, that was like my wah wah. When nan boo boo. Anyways, how did I survive each failure? I don't know. I just really, I don't know. I think I have a different perspective on a failure 'cause it's not a failure to me, it's a trophy. Alright, every time I fuck up and I get back again, that's like a battle won. You know what I mean? Like, I think people should look forward. It's like, oh fuck. Like, my lowests are actually like I think you should take pride in your lowest. Well, it really depends, 'cause it's like, oh, depending on your choices, right? On whatever you did at your lowest. But, you know, when you, going through something, pat yourself in the back for going through it, coming out. And if you're a good person, I mean, you'll know that for the most part, if you actually are. Um, yeah, it made you a better person. I would assume so. Like an individualistic experience that makes you who you are in a good way. I want to get back to what I was saying about listening to myself. For the most part, when I write something or create something, usually it's like I want to create premium, like a really high tier, up top shelf film, right? Not a masterpiece, but something not mediocre or cliche or anything like that. And I really try to stray away from anything just easy, or just like medium. I try and just go for like, if come up with again four to five ideas, best of the best gets it, and then maybe that best of the best sometimes may or may not be made. 99% of the time doesn't get made, and I use only like 1 to 10% of my ideas that I come up with of the dozens I come up with, and I'm just the advice I heard of, Garth Ennis saying. I mean, very controversial dude. No, no, he's not a fucking like no, not a criminal, just controversy in terms of like what he's made. Um, couldn't have said it better. He said it something along. He said, "Right, like everyone you know is dead," and I couldn't have, uh, you know, lived by that way better. Genuinely, the way how I create things, I just pretend that I'm like when I'm creating, being creative, making my projects, I really can't think of anything else besides just like living in that story, but also not really into it, but also just like present too. A very present in the moment thing it's very fulfilling. I just fucking love every bit of it. Because I guess it's not really a failure. It's more so just like a fun like story journey along the way too. It's just like, oh damn, I made these characters and all that, and you know, it was just like, oh, this is just, easy, effortlessly. What I mean by easy and effortlessly is just like something that's easy or effortlessly, like, uh, that's just the main issue with this is that people are doing really, really easy shit. So just like sequels or whatever like that, remakes, whatever like that. But also just like very like easy to bank on, just like cheap fucking stories, like no thought, just no thought put into it. All right, you really fucking know your story and really, really, really just be solid with it, like liquefied and solid with your story. And people don't do that. They just follow really traditional storytelling, and also just like they will just go with any idea. That sounded like a toot. That is my chair. Let me, you can hear that, right? Okay, I'm not gassy. Yeah, and years and years of projects and story writing and stuff I've like self-taught. Um, you know, there's just like glimpses of it. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten so much better throughout I mean, I can't compare anything to what I made way earlier, but take my word for it, I was really, really fucking. I'm still amateur, but way immensely more amateur I was months ago, years ago. And I'm very proud that I didn't stop because I mean, look how much better I have gotten at what I do. I'm still shooting it. I'm gonna go over shit with the editor now. Um, I feel, however, I mean, at least as of right now, I feel guilty as fuck that my cast had to go through that, and they're very rightfully so mad. But I mean, the dude that stayed, which is the main actor, um, he's bittersweet about it. I would say about it, 50-50. Like, oh, you're a fucking moron, but like you're all, you're a good person. Okay, so like I'll finish this. Pause. I'll rewind, resume. I'll help you finish this production, but yeah,
But yeah, there was some obvious like, it's fair. All right, every right to be upset at me because I was correlated. Uh, you know, just damn. I I would do it all over again if I'm being honest. Just those those nights, man. It was just like, oh man, you can't capture that feeling. And also being on set too, when you're filming that thing that you wrote and it's like a live concert, but it's your own story. And it's like, and the set too, and I'm doing the sets, and it's just like, damn, I'm like in that world now. Like I'm literally in a little piece of that world that I just made. And it's like, goddamn. And I worked really hard for it, grinded. Uh, am I a millionaire? No. Still amateur in what I do. Still uh, getting by. But, for the most part, just that's one thing I got going for me is just being really good at filmmaking. And I'm I'm gonna push it out there. I know really good ways to market it. Uh, and yeah, I hope you learn to never give up. If you have a huge drive for something and I said something resonatable, awesome. I wish you a good night. And never stop. Never give up. If you're all like, this is like, God, I can't picture doing anything else. Like when I do this thing, it's just like, it's amazing. And also, it doesn't have to always be a career. You could do multiple things at will. Because now it's just like filmmaking, philosophy, and now soap making. Like, goddamn, it's like, you know, love those things a lot. But yeah, uh, good night. I wish you all the best of luck.